count my blessings if I ever took it.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. That's Love. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Up the middle they go. Woodward. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
On the set.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. He tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. You look at this Bears defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things up. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll run with Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Vikings looking for win number 2 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. The gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Right back to him on 1st down. Down at the 25.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now they'll audible to something else. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Britton. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. Taking it right down Broadway. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll run on 1st down. Woodward. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Okay, ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Here's Brown on 2nd down. Fighting to stay upright. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to extend their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Britton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
18 Cardinal. Cougar 19.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. To throw on 3rd down, Britton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And brought in downfield by Burks. Touchdown! Traylon Burks, 27 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And bulldozing his way through. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Back to throw. Britton.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first and 10, Britton.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Second down and 4.
Looking to throw. Britton. Now he's flushed out right.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, when not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Andre Yoshibas from 8 yards out, and the Vikings have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Back to throw here. On the out route, he's got Burks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. On first down, Woodward. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. They'll try the left side. Woodward.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Tackle there by Lewis Seen.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on first down. Woodward. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
They'll look underneath and finds Brown.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He'll drop to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now here's Ryan Wright now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Taken down at the 42.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Woodward. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And that will line up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye, but the defender's coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Britton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Looking to throw. Britton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Kene Nwangu.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
Go to the right here and finding Burks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
He'll get that complete to Dell.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
So naturally, they will decline it. They got the 1st down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the 1st down through hard work and effort anyway? 1st down.
Ready. 60 Eagles.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, they pick up their second win now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.